thank you so much for coming out today. I wanted to acknowledge that you all are our dear friends, our family, our teachers, our mentors, and our role models, and you are all loved ones of ours, and thank you. I put a lot of thought over the last couple of days into what this ceremony means to us and why it's so important for us that you'll be here to share this with us. And it kind of evolved over our trip up here as we drove from the Boston airport up into Montpelier. And it was a beautiful day. It was a Thursday afternoon, and the sun was out. And I was reliving all of my time here, as we drove north. And it started out as a hectic schlep from the airport over to the rental car place. And as I'm putting Anson in the car, he kind of looked up at me and gave me this dopey smile, as if to say, I don't know what you're so worked up about. I'm just glad to be here. And that was my sentiment as well. It's really neat to have come back. And as we're driving north through the masses of humanity and Boston drivers, I was thinking about a ceremony that we had at our wedding the last time that I had to really come up with a big religious ceremony and things to do and say. And it was during the presentation of our rings that normally the ring bearer would come up and give the rings to the bride and groom. And in our ceremony, the ring bearers came up and handed them to the last attendants on the end, who then passed them up the line to the bride and groom. And it was meant to symbolize kind of the continuity of relationships and the diversity of relationships that support us in our marriage. And this ceremony today is yet another acknowledgement of those relationships and of the continuity of all of that. And then as we're driving north, we're going through New Hampshire, and the sun's kind of going down, and it's just before that point where all of the details erased from the hills, and they're kind of this dark gray silhouette against the sky. But I can still kind of make out some detail, and I see this kind of snaking line across one hillside. And I realize that it's a wall in a farmer's field. It's like a vein cutting across the skin of the hill. And I remember David teaching me when I was very young about how these walls are built. And it's not like we build our buildings. They're not strictly prescribed dimensions, and they're not held together by tightly controlled and shaped objects. These are stones that are found in the field. They're unhuman. They're just laid in a way that they all build this structure. And the person who's putting together the wall has to look at each stone and figure out how its facets fit in with all the facets around it. And in the total, they build this wall that is able to withstand the elements, and each of those articulated joints, each of those faces that meet, those stones that are together, are collectively able to mold to the hillside, and they're flexible in their way that they're able to sit there. But at the same time, they're also so resilient to the rise and fall of the thaw and the freeze every year, the cyclical nature of the seasons. And so it's an inspiration to me how all of this collection of imperfect objects can work towards such perfection of function. And that to me is a neat symbol of kind of how we all tie together and how our relationships all work to support each other. And finally, I was kind of reflecting on, my hopes and dreams for Anson. And so many of those are tied to the gifts that you all have given me and Jennifer as we were growing up. The gift of finding my voice, whether that was in a theater or through a camera's lens or in a canoe going down a river. And I hope that he has those same experiences. And the freedom to explore our interests and to embrace our intellect and our curiosity, and to do that in an unhurried, unfettered manner with the support of our elders and of the people who care for us and love us. And finally, that we had people in our lives who shared with us the importance of community and the importance of serving those who love us and helping to strengthen those ties. And I hope that he has that in his life, and I think that he will. And so I want to say thank you. I want to thank you for the goodness that you bring to the world. And Jennifer and I would like to thank you for the love and the care that you've given us over the years, and for the care that you'll give Anson directly and indirectly. And thank you for sharing this day with us.